On Kochie's Business Builders, Shifting Gears, we show a bike shop owner how to slow down and enjoy the ride. The king of camper vans and how collective collaboration helped drive his business to success. And how to save on sending. Our expert reveals ways to cut delivery costs to boost your bottom line. Hello and welcome to Kochie's Business Builders. Now, for many business owners, there comes a point when you start thinking about ways you can pull back from the very thing you've dedicated so much time building up. Whether it's selling out, partnering up, or handing the business down to the next generation, it's a really emotional process that needs to be handled with care. This week, we help the owner of an electric bike business understand the different ways he can take a step back. John Zanol has a passion for all things sport and recreation. In 2010, he spotted these innovative e-bikes while travelling through Europe. So impressed, he decided to bring them back to Australia and make a business out of it. The e-bikes have proved so popular, business is booming. But John's exhausted and wants to know how he can start to pull back from the day-to-day operations without giving it all up or damaging the business in the process. We sent in PricewaterhouseCoopers expert Chelsea Harris to guide him through his options and find the right one for him.
So how many people do you employ and what roles do they have?
7 people. So we've got sales staff, we've got technical guys, we've got our administration, and then we also have a team of people that do our PR and our online marketing.
So do you have any plans to expand the business, given it's doing so well?
It's been such a rapid rise over the last few years in terms of our sales, and moving into this location was a plan to have room to growth within the current store and framework, but we're also looking to move into other states and possibly some other regional areas of Victoria.
Where would you like to see the business in a year's time? You've got some big dreams, so I'd love to hear about where you want to head.
I guess we'd like to continue the growth that we're having and at the same time maintain the quality of service that we're currently providing. That's the key for us, to be able to grow and not compromise on service.
So if you're the sole operator, do you schedule in any leisure time or is it all about work?
A lot of it's about work. I do have leisure time before and after work, and I'm pretty good at sticking to those routines and spend evenings with friends and families.
Have you offered current staff the opportunity to go into partnership with you?
No, none of the current staff, no. So I haven't found the right person to go into partnership with. Where do I start to find someone that's...
Yeah, it's all about your networks. So my advice always is to get some good advisors around you, accounting advice and legal advice. Often they have great networks and they can introduce, potential partners to you. Also get yourself into like a young entrepreneurs network. So YPO is a great example of a network where CEOs come together to share ideas and share struggles and really help each other through that journey of a small business.
If I do find someone, is there anything else I can be offering as an incentive?
Yeah, really, to bring a business partner on board, I think it's really important that both your interests are aligned. So that really means giving them a stake in the business. So making sure that you're both incentivised and driven towards the ultimate value of the business. So whether it's pure equity, so an ownership stake, or some shadow equity, get them running as fast as you are.
After the break, how a succession plan can help put a value on your business, even if you're not quite ready to step down. That's next. If you sell goods on credit terms, such as 30 days to pay, and a debtor becomes insolvent or defaults on payment, how do you recover that loss? There is a simple way to avoid the worst, such as taking out trade credit insurance. It can protect your income and assets by injecting cash flow back into your business should a customer not pay. So imagine lying in bed at night with the comfort of knowing if one of your customers failed to pay, you could still have money coming in. To understand your commercial risks and help choose the right cover for your small business, contact a Steadfast insurance broker today. Welcome back to Kochie's Business Builders. Today we're helping the owner of a successful electric bike business take a step back from day-to-day operations without causing the business to suffer. Chelsea Harris from PricewaterhouseCoopers thinks taking a partner on is a good option, but business owner John Zanel wants to know more about keeping the business in the family.
Chelsea, I'm very keen to put a succession plan for our business, and where do I start?
My advice always is start with your family. It's always family first. So think about yourself, think about your people around you and where you want to be in the next 3 years. And then it's really working backwards from there. So coming up with the end game helps you formulate the stepping stones to get there. So why would you like to get a succession plan in place?
I think because of the nature of the business, it's growing at a very fast rate. It puts a lot of strain on us 7 people at the moment, and it's my responsibility to have some insurance for us down the track. So is there anything different that I can do in the day-to-day running of the business and hiring of staff?
Yeah, I think one crucial thing as you look towards exiting the business, either partially or fully, is really working out how you can make yourself redundant. So we always recommend getting a good, business partner, a good general manager in, so that potential purchasers don't actually attribute a lot of the business value to you. And so if you're not part of the business anymore, suddenly part of your value walks out the door. So think about who can I get alongside me that really can act as my proxy, act as my right-hand man when I'm not in the business, to really drive the sales and the trading as hard as I do.
How do I actually write a succession plan?
Yeah, well, look, there's no one-size-fits-all. You really got to think about your personal priorities first, then think about, your current business. So what are the strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats that I need to document and deal with? Then think about where you want to be in 3 to 5 years. So whether that's a partial exit or a full exit, think about who the natural buyer is for this business. And I think that'll help shape the type of partner you want to bring in.
Am I jumping the gun at all?
I don't think so. I think the luxury you have at the moment is you've got time. You've got time to think about your personal priorities and your business priorities and how they might play out. And I think what's really important for young business owners is that they manage their business on a day-to-day basis, as if they were going to transact the next day, because you never know when that unexpected family situation crops up or the economy changes and you might need to make a decision quite quickly.
So there you have it. If you're looking to step back from the day-to-day operations of your business, make sure there's someone in place to take on your role or a significant part of it. You could also consider taking on a business partner or offering an equity stake in the business to current staff. Then, when you're ready to stand down completely, be sure to have a well-thought-out succession plan already in place. Now, to our Pillars of Success segment, helping you build solid foundations for your small business. Financial planning whiz Claire McKay is here to talk about estate planning.
This week's Pillar of Success is looking after your family when you're not around. Do you know what will happen legally and financially on your death? More importantly, do your loved ones know what is supposed to happen? Do they even know where the key documents are? For a good estate plan, you should have at minimum the following documents in place. Enduring power of attorney and guardianship, which covers the legal, financial and medical decisions for you while you're still alive but cannot communicate your wishes, such as in a coma or with dementia. Advanced Health Directive, which sets out the medical treatment you want and you don't want. This reduces the stress for your family to make these difficult decisions. Superannuation death benefit nominations, which sets out where your super and your insurance proceeds will be paid. And finally, your will, which sets out the distribution of your assets. These are all important legal documents, so make sure you meet the legal requirements for each to avoid costly and distressing court appearances for your family.
Some really good advice there from financial planner Claire McKay. Up next, the Airbnb of camper vans and how it's cruising along after instant startup success.
Hi, I'm Dave Chaffey and I'm a director of KBB Digital. We work with established businesses providing digital marketing, including web development, strategy and SEO. And my number one tip for success is to get your website to the top of search rankings. And here are 3 ways to do that. 1, focus your website's content into themes to closely match search queries your customers are using. Think like your customer and come up with a solid list of likely search phrases. And remember, it's the text that's important. Images are almost invisible to search engines. 2, build trusted connections. And this is a biggie. Search engines will generally reward established businesses with an established offer with better rankings. But how do they know which websites are the ones to reward? Well, they look for information across the web created by other websites that verify your situation. Having your business listed on the local Chamber of Commerce website is a great way to achieve this. And 3, get mobile or more mobile. In the past 12 months, search engines have increased their attention to mobile browsing. Websites that aren't mobile friendly will drop in rankings or possibly even be removed from search rankings altogether. So those are my top tips for getting to the top of search rankings. And good luck.
Some great tips from Dave Chaffey there, and something all businesses should be thinking about when it comes to managing and promoting their websites. Time now for our Entrepreneur in the Spotlight segment. And it was nostalgia for childhood holidays that drove Justin Hales to come up with the idea for an innovative peer-to-peer caravan hire and sharing community. Collective collaboration, however, is what made the Camplify founder an instant success. Here are some of his insights.
Myself and my wife were, looking to go on a caravanning holiday, and we were looking for something to be able to hire to go away. We didn't really want to be able to buy one. We just wanted to experience what it's like before we, delve right into that particular type of holiday. We thought, why don't we borrow somebody else's? Just in our little neighbourhood, there's hundreds that just sit on the side of the road. They never get used, only a few times over the year. So we thought, why not try and find something to hire? But there just really wasn't anything about. So we decided, as big Airbnb fans, that maybe we needed something that was a little bit like Airbnb, but for caravans, motorhomes, camper trailers, and essentially Camplify was born. It allows everybody who owns one to be able to hire it out when they're not using it, and someone who wants to experience this type of holiday to be able to get someone else's, go away, have a holiday, and not have to buy one when they don't really need to buy one. We started out through a business accelerator program, and one of the first things that we did was to go into a shopping centre and literally stop people in the shopping centre and say, if this service was available, do you think you would use it? So we started to get some research from that. We went to caravan shows. We stopped people in the street and said, do you own a caravan or a motorhome? Asked them if they'd be interested in sharing it. What are the things that they would need to be able to do that? And just little things like say, well, would you ever be interested in hiring out your caravan? If they say no, we'd say, well, what if you could make $1,000 a week? Would you hire it out there? And then surprisingly, people said, well, actually, maybe I would. So, we started to understand that customer, understand their motivations, look at exactly what they needed, and then we could focus our product and also our marketing onto that. It takes a lot of time and effort to actually get to that point where you can have something that's a really sustainable, scalable growth business. So for us, the key thing was being able to build minimum viable product in that niche market that we knew that these were the people that actually needed this product, and then understand those customers, understand how they were using the product, what things they needed, and then build features and services around those customers, and then slowly grow and scale and build from there. Being a really high growth startup, we needed a business partner that would actually help us to be able to understand that we were growing, understand that we needed things really quickly, and that we had a unique online business where we had different requirements for customers in terms of the way that we banked. So working with NAB, we've been able to work through that and have a really good understanding from them and support as to exactly how we need to run our business, and to be able to understand that we're growing so fast that when you need to be able to pay our insurance bill, for example, we need a line of credit to be able to do that. Our business has already grown to the UK, which has been great. It's been a huge learning curve for us to be able to get into that market. So, we're really looking at other areas to take this business and other countries to be able to do that in. So, I would hope that we would be in multiple countries, being able to service customers all around the world, and then you can have a great holiday.
After the break, a simple solution to help you save on sending. Stick around. If you're a small business in need of cash to help you grow, there are two types of bank loans you can choose from: a secured loan and an unsecured loan. A secured loan is useful if you need more than 24 months to pay it back. It's also suitable if you need to borrow more than 50 grand, and is great when you have business and property assets to act as security. If not, then an unsecured loan, like the NAB Quick Biz loan, might be the right option for you. It's quick and easy, you don't need to put up an asset like a house, and the fees are open and transparent. You apply online, get an answer in minutes, and if approved, the money is in your account one business day after all signed paperwork has been received. To apply, you need to have been in business for at least a year and be using accounting software like Xero or MYOB. You can choose a 1, 2 or 3 year loan term for any amount between $5,000 and $100,000. In fact, according to NAB, 6 months after a Quick Biz loan application, almost half of their customers had improved turnover by more than 10%. So jump on the website and check out all the terms and conditions. It's that time again where you get to ask me a question. I do my very best to answer it. This week, Natalie Jarvis from Electric Confetti got in touch, wanting to know how she can get around minimum orders to help save on sending.
Hi, I'm Natalie, the designer and founder of Electric Confetti, an LED signage company based in Melbourne. We're a small family-run business and our product is made up of silicone and designed in-house. The best part is they're durable to make, and this makes it easier to post. They're less likely to break because they're essentially a plastic neon light. Currently we import about 40 to 50 neon lights a month, but keeping up with our demand can be a real challenge. Kochie, it would be great to get some tips from you on minimum orders, especially ways we can save with funds each time we post to our customers. Just to give you an idea of the scope of product, this is some of the stuff we have in the shop. Looking forward to hearing back from you and seeing if you can help our small business. Thank you so much.
Great question, Natalie. Thanks for that. Sounds like you post a lot, or at least I hope you do. It's an indication your business is bubbling along nicely. Now, we've got an answer for you. Rebecca Burrows from Australia Post has come along to tell us all about Send and Save. It allows business owners, just like you, Natalie, to make sending parcels easy and also cost-effective. So, Rebecca, tell us how it all works.
So Send and Save is basically exactly that. The more you send, the more you save. Natalie only needs to be sending about 5 parcels a week to qualify for some savings on her eligible parcels.
Only 5?
Yeah, only 5.
Gee, that's
so
good.
if you're sending 5 a week, you qualify for a 10% savings on your parcels. And then that grows up to about 15% if you're sending 20 items a week. So really all you need to do is sign up for My Post Business and we'll start tracking your parcels and offering you those savings.
Okay, so that's good news for businesses. How does Natalie actually sign up? What's the process?
It's really easy. So all Natalie needs to do is go to the My Post Business website and sign up for a free account on there. And then what will happen is you can then start sending your parcels online, print out your labels online, or you can take your special personalised code into any of our post offices and those parcels will qualify as well.
Okay, and can you track it?
Yes.
As well, all the parcels using that My Post account?
Yeah, so anything that Natalie sends on My Post Business will automatically show in her tracking history, which she can access online on her desktop or on her mobile device. And then if Natalie signs up her customers to receive tracking notifications, they'll also receive those notifications so they know when their item's on their way.
Gee, that's all right, because usually only the big freight companies or the big users of freight companies or logistics companies allow you to do that. You're saying small businesses have that technology as well?
Absolutely. So small businesses can now sign up, access those savings, track their items. We've got 24/7 online support if they run into any little glitches along the way, and they can do all of that via their My Post Business account.
Okay, so if somebody goes to the Electric Confetti website and buys a sign, can that be tracked using the My Post account too?
Absolutely. So Natalie will be able to import her orders directly from her website or even from an eBay store into My Post Business, and then she'll be able to send her packages out even in an even more streamlined way than previously.
So you just import it in, that's it?
Yep.
Even from outside websites like eBay?
Yeah, so from her own website or from an eBay store, you just import it straight into My Post Business.
It's so easy. Rebecca, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Well, there you have it, Natalie. The more you send, the more you'll save, and it is such a great service. Don't forget, if you've got a question, be sure to send it in, kbb@pinstripemedia.com.au. We will do our best to answer it ourselves or get the experts in. On our next show, the perfect mix to keep staff happy and customers satisfied. And the award-winning Australian-made brand that's nourishing babies around the world. That's next week on Kochie's Business Build.